Welcome to Balanced Life, Happy Life weekly gathering, where we offer solutions to the health challenges most people experience on a regular basis. And we welcome you to discover our simple and vibrant way to live a more balanced and happy life. Remember, every Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And along with today's topic, we want to emphasize the importance of prevention. What is prevention and why is it important? The term prevention is generally used to represent activities that prevent an action or behavior from occurring in the first place. However, it can also refer to activities that promote a positive behavior. Prevention can help us take care of our bodies and health, and as well as financially. So we offer at Niken great products, and all of them align with the concept of prevention. And prevention is better than cure. Through these 5 vital elements that actually today we will talk about all of them, we can target prevention: air, water, sleep, nutrition, and natural energies to help us to feel and be in harmony with nature. Niken is continually adding new products and technology to the Wellness Home. Be part of this important movement and start your Niken Wellness Home if you haven't done it yet. Today, we will feature Wellness Home, why everyone needs one. And if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration by Nikola Tesla. Water is a driving force of all nature by Leonardo da Vinci. Sometimes all you need is a little fresh and clean air. Tired minds don't plan well, so sleep first, plan later. And for this great gathering, please welcome Royal Diamond, Dr. Gary Lindner.
Well, thank you, Ruben. I'm going to share my screen here and we'll get started. But I want to thank you for that introduction and also thank my beautiful and talented partner, Heather Abbott, for the slides we'll be enjoying this evening. So we're going to talk about prevention, and we're going to talk about this in a simple, effective concept that we call the Niken Wellness Home. And at least in my humble opinion, why everyone needs one. So sit back, look and listen, and see if you agree with me towards the end of this presentation. So if we look at our biggest health challenge, you know, we've all been through the pandemic and with the COVID-19, everything else, but our biggest health challenge remains as chronic disease. And it's responsible for 7 out of 10 deaths globally. 50% of adults have at least one chronic disease, and 25% have one or more. And get this, by the time we're 65, 80% of adults have at least one chronic condition. And treating chronic disease, and you were talking about the expense here of a lack of prevention, Ruben, but treating chronic disease accounts for about 90% of our healthcare dollar. And how do we treat this? Usually with pharmaceutical intervention. So 7 out of 10 Americans take at least one prescription drug, and more than half take 2. And that's from the Mayo Clinic. And in 2019, 4.38 billion prescriptions were filled in the U.S. And that's the most recent figure I can find. And 85% of adults age 60 and over are on prescribed medications. And again, to treat and manage chronic disease. Now, the interesting thing here is that most health organizations, including the CDC, Centers for Disease Control, and the World Health Organization, agree that over 80% of chronic diseases are preventable. So dream with me here for a minute. So what if we had some solutions to where we could change this, to where only 10% of adults had a chronic condition, And by age 65, only 20% of adults had one chronic condition. What if it only was responsible, if chronic disease was responsible for only 10% of deaths globally each year, and treating chronic disease only accounted for 10% of our nation's healthcare dollar? Wouldn't that be great? I mean, wouldn't you agree with me? Would we be a happier, healthier society, planet, world? Absolutely, we would. So the key is prevention. So in order to prevent, we first need to identify what are the causative factors for these chronic diseases. So chronic diseases share common risk factors. There's two main categories: non-modifiable factors, which include our heredity and our age, and modifiable factors, that include, and that's the good news, because most of them are modifiable. And the World Health Organization states that chronic diseases are primarily environmental, not genetic in origin. So if we look at these factors, modifiable factors, they include tobacco use, an unhealthy diet, poor quality sleep, dehydration, a lack of physical activity. Also within that are cultural and environmental factors, including globalization, urbanization, pollution, which then contributes to our environmental toxicity in our bodies, which we call our body burden. So we really want to pay attention to these factors that we can change. And that's really what we talk about in the concept for natural solutions with the Nika Wellness Home. As you mentioned, Ruben, we each week, my esteemed colleagues discuss one of these categories, one of these vital elements: healthy air, healthy water, healthy sleep, good nutrition, healthy whole food nutrition, and getting the natural energies that our bodies require that are vital, the energies of the sun and the earth. So I think most of you here this evening will agree with me that all of these vital elements have drastically changed in the last couple hundred years. So is our air healthy? And we're going to talk about each one of these. How about our water? Do we get enough quality sleep? Are we getting enough wholesome food for our bodies to do the things which we want to do, which is to maintain balance, homeostasis? You know, we got 50 trillion cells in our body. We need to replace 6 billion a day. We just replaced 50 million in the time I just said this. You know, as a physiologist, I find this amazing, but our bodies require these vital elements in order to be able to do that. But again, I'll ask this question: are they in a condition the way nature intended them to be? And sadly, they are not. So let's take a look at each one of these. If we look at air, it's our most vital element. We can only live about 3 minutes without air. Pollutants can be 2 to 5 times higher inside than outside. All right. And we spend 90% of our time indoors. And air pollution is the fourth highest risk factor for death globally. So who spends most of their time indoors? The very young, the very old, or the sick. And usually not in a healthy environment as far as air quality goes. So we want to do something about that. We can do something about that. And our solution in the Nika Wellness Home is the KENKO air purifier. It not only provides clean filtered air, it actually helps replicate natural fresh air with negative ion technology. And this is similar to the refreshing air you find around lakes and forests and waterfalls. The Japanese refer to this as Shinrin Yoku, or forest bathing. So this is an important component for healthy air indoors in your home or your workplace, for you and your family. So how about water? This is kind of a double-edged sword. First, we just don't drink enough water. I used to tell my children that water is not just a beverage choice and it's essential nutrient. And when we think about it differently, maybe we'll choose to drink more water, and we need to drink half our body weight in ounces a day. So dehydration has been called the mother of all epidemics, and the first step we need to take when addressing chronic disease. And I think it's possible, that we all would want the healthiest water possible, the way nature intended it. And failure to drink enough water can cause a whole list of chronic diseases. And I'll just go through a few. Fatigue, joint pain, weight gain, headaches, ulcers, high blood pressure, kidney disease, type 2 diabetes, as I said, just to name a few. So hydrate yourself, drink half your body weight in ounces per day, and let's do it with the healthiest water possible that we get from the Niken Mag waterfall. It's like turning your tap water into spring water. It is a way to provide healthy, clean water for you and your family uh, for a fraction of the cost of other solutions out there. Uh, it's part of our wellness home. Heather's at my wellness home. We probably fill it up 4 to 5 times a day because we all want to drink half our body weight in ounces per day. And we just love this water. The other thing I notice about it too, and many other people have, rinse your fruits and vegetables with it when you get home from the store. I fill up a bowl and rinse them. They last twice as long in your refrigerator if they would without. So that's another nice tip as well. So healthy water and some of our other great water products are also part of our Niken Wellness Home. Sleep. So here's another thing that we probably don't pay enough attention to. And it's unfortunate that many don't perceive sleep as a productive part of their day, when physiologically it's probably the most important part of our day. So we want to get enough sleep. The average US adult sleeps 6.5 hours a night. That's a full hour less than 40 or 50 years ago. And sleeping less than 8 hours per night can lead to many health risks, including, again, fatigue, weight gain, diabetes, Alzheimer's, cardiovascular disease, stroke, obesity, cancer, our top 3 killers, basically. So we want to get a good 8 hours of sleep per night. The solution for this is the KENKO NATUREST sleep system. A little personal testimonial. Pretty much as an adult, before I was introduced to Niken or the sleep system, I was not a very good sleeper. I'd go to bed at night. I'd wake up. It'd be hard, take a long time to go to sleep. When I did go to sleep, I'd wake up a couple hours later, look at the clock, fall back asleep, wake up a couple hours later, fall asleep. And this continued through the night. And even though as a physiologist, I had taken physiology of sleep courses, everything else, I kind of just rationalized that to myself, saying, well, maybe that's just my normal adult pattern as an adult. Not true. I was totally misleading myself there. And I invested in the Niken sleep system. I fall asleep quickly. I hardly toss and turn, and I sleep through the night and wake totally refreshed. And this is what I call the cornerstone of the wellness home, the Niken sleep system. So it is designed around the physiology of sleep for a restful and rejuvenating night's sleep. So let's talk about food. So this is good food, bad food, and we are what we eat. You know, making healthy food choices is a challenge for many of us. Think about it. One of the most important decisions we make every day is what we eat and what we drink. And it's everyone's choice to eat healthy or not. Currently, overprocessed, undernourishing foods, chemical additives, environmental toxins, excess sugar added to just about everything that you can buy, fast food. And the other point to note is that we aren't getting enough of the basic nutritional core elements that we need. And really, I'm talking about proteins, fruits, and vegetables. Only 1 in 10 adults get enough fruits and vegetables in their daily diet. 60% of the children don't eat enough fruit, and 93% of children don't get enough vegetables. The solution for this is in Niken's whole food nutrition, and I've just displayed 3 of the products here that are mainstays in our wellness home. Our KENZEN Vital Balance Protein Shake, and we have many different presentations and videos you can review on this excellent product. The J Greenzymes, which is a barley grass supplement, often called the healthiest food on the planet, now also available with a citrus flavor, which I really enjoy. I've always enjoyed the original flavor, but I do like the new one too. It's very good. And our Super Ciaga for your fruit complement. So this is a great way for you to get those 3 vital nutritional elements you need: your protein, your vegetables, and your fruit on a daily basis. So let's talk a little bit about energy. So here's the problem. We live in a world of electronic smog. Appliances all around us, cell phones, laptops, we're Wi-Fi'd everywhere we go. And we require the energy of the earth and the sun. It's vital, all right? But often blocked by these artificial energies. It's interfered with these artificial energies. So we want to aid our bodies in dealing with this technological smog with natural energies of the sun and the earth. And Niken provides these in many of the products that we have, including our air system, as we talked about, our negative ions, and also with our water system, and with the sleep products. We also include these natural energies, but we also have a number of other products that you can use on a daily basis as well to provide these natural energies. Our insoles would be a good example, which I wear daily. Our power bands. We have different wraps. We have a grounding pad to connect you to the earth. And these are part of the wellness home as well. Many times, some of these products, Heather and I have in the home here, we use as kind of like our first aid kit for a little boo-boo or an owie. But we also use them daily just to provide those natural energies of the sun and the earth to us on a daily basis. So these are all part of the Niken Wellness Home. So what is a Niken Wellness Home? It basically transforms your living space into a safe haven, a healthy ecosystem, if you will, a place that not only supports better health and energy, but promotes balance and well-being. So how does Niken accomplish this? For 48 years, it's pretty amazing how they do this. For 48 years, they have used science and technology to replicate nature. And this is called biomimicry. And I think Niken leads the field here in that category. So the wellness home, all 5 vital elements are provided the way nature intended, all right? And they're changing, and we're changing here. We're modifiable causes of chronic disease to healthy conditions. These are products we use every day, and I think many of you agree that you wouldn't go without them. So the Niken Wellness Home is the most logical and effective the most logical and effective prevention-focused healthcare system, self-care system in the world. So what I'm really saying here is that if you enjoy the benefits of modern living, and I know most of us do, indoor plumbing, right? Electricity, heating and air conditioning, the internet, cell phones, Wi-Fi, then we really need to use technology to counteract the side effects of these technologies. And Niken makes these simple, easy choices in our day. It integrates wellness info. The wellness home integrates wellness information and products in one place. And I kind of call it one-stop shopping for optimal health. So join us in our mission to make every home a wellness home. And with that, I would like to invite you to be part of our global wellness community and get back with the person that invited you to tonight's presentation to find out more and how you can get your wellness home started. So with that, I thank you, Ruben. I'm going to stop my share. There we go.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lindner. Great presentation. Wellness Home, why everyone needs one. Excellent. Thank you very much. And next Tuesday, we have the what, the why, and how to sleep your way to extraordinary health with Diamond consultant Sherry Danzig. So we invite everyone to join us next Tuesday. So thank you again, Dr. Lindner, and have a great evening. See you next week. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thank you, Ruben. And thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you.